Today we celebrate the feast of Mary Magdalene. It wasn't until last year the church changed from the memorial to the feast day on the liturgical calendar. Mary Magdalene was given the dignity of a feast, the same rank as the other apostles. This honor was bestowed on her because she was the first to see the empty tomb, first to listen and witness to the truth of the resurrection. She was told to go and tell. She was sent on a mission. She was the apostle to the apostles. Who was Mary Magdalene? Mary came from a town called Magdala. The fact that she did not take on a man's name may suggest that she was a very independent woman. And she was mentioned at least 12 times in the gospel, more than any other apostle. Was she a sinful woman? Yes, but aren't we all? Did she have some problems or difficulties or some issues? Illnesses that consumed her? Quite possibly. But then again, don't we all? She was loved and forgiven by Jesus, and her past should never be remembered about her. She was brave. When others scattered, ran, or denied, she was there by his side. Mary embodied Christian devotion. She was completely and utterly devoted to Jesus. She was there during his ministry on earth, during his suffering, followed him to the crucifixion, and watched him die. She was there when they placed him in the tomb, and she was the one who went to care for his body at the tomb. This woman refused to leave him, and there's an important affirmation about her character. I can also imagine her being a loving comforter to our Mother Mary and to all those who needed her care. She continued to be a faithful follower despite the challenges of the early Christian church until her death. She was a devoted follower, determined, strong and brave, faithful, inspiring, loyal and loving, and a friend to Jesus. Mary was a true and authentic evangelizer. Her words and actions stimulate and motivate others to become followers of Jesus. And this is only the tip about our lovely Saint Mary Magdalene. And how can this beautiful woman inspire us today to let go of sins and burdens and to be followers of Christ? And despite our challenges and obstacles, we do have the strength and courage to do what is right, to be the follower of the gospel's words, and in deeds and in actions, that the risen Christ is right before us. She brings in focus the acknowledgement that women play an integral part in the church. Mary Magdalene helped us realize it by proclaiming the gospel for all. Proclaiming the gospel is for all God's children, that we are all called to testify to the good news. I take you back to the time where Mary was at the tomb. Think what you would do at that empty tomb. Maybe it was her tears and maybe being overwhelmed with grief that she was not able to see. Maybe she didn't realize what Jesus meant, that he'll be raised. Doubt, maybe, possibly. Maybe she didn't take time to stop and look who was talking to her, who was right beside her. Does that not sound familiar to us? Do we do that? Do we not see Jesus in times? At the moment that Mary Magdalene encountered Jesus at his resurrection, she must have been overwhelmed with emotion. Her joy, her excitement, how thrilled she must have been. The same emotion that we can feel at the Eucharistic table. The joy of the real presence of Christ. The same emotions we can feel every day. Saint Mary Magdalene accomplished in life and taught us, even in our deepest grief, our darkest despair, that Jesus is there calling our name. Mary reminds us of the tremendous joy of the resurrection, and we're all invited to go and tell, as she did, with courage, boundless faith, strong determination to proclaim the good news, not only using words, but importantly, our actions. Heavenly Father, thank you for the gift of Mary Magdalene.